What is up, guys? Happy Sunday. Thank you very much for coming back again. First and foremost, I want you to welcome my very special guest, Mr. John Vasquez, owner of JVimpacts for motivation, health, and life. He has written 3 books, 3T Method, You Must Believe Way of Life, and Roids to Riches, which is an autobiography. Then he has the 3T Method branch where you can transform your life completely. Please welcome again, Mr. John Vasquez.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here, Kevin. Thank you.
All right. And the topic we have for you today is envision your future.
Now everybody get up!
So what do I mean by that? What do we mean by envision your future? Well, I have a colleague here that is a master at envisioning your future. What I like to go over is, what have I done to envision my future? How did I know that I was going to be making videos like this? How did I know that I was going to be speaking and meeting people like John? I didn't initially until I started to picture it up here. One day I decided, okay, I'm gonna start making some videos. And then I started to picture, I wanna make this into what I'm going to start doing. And now that is beginning to manifest itself. You can see it, and you can see it in the videos. Every week, as of late, I've been having more like-minded people. We're willing to have these conversations. We're willing to try and help you out. And in result, that actually helps us out. You wanna have something up here to think about of what you want to do. And once you start to do that, you want to focus in on it and put your foot to the pavement and start putting in some work. John can go over some things that he has done that will absolutely help you in going on that road.
Yes, absolutely. So let me share a little bit about myself and why I'm sitting here with Kevin. First of all, like you said, we attract like-minded people. I mean, it's just an amazing thing that happens. And that's the first thing I want to share with you. Once you start to plant that seed in your mind, you don't have to worry about the next steps. Everything will manifest towards you. But let me explain. 11 years ago, I was on my back looking up. I had a drug addiction. I had negative $378 in my account. I couldn't take care of my 3-year-old daughter. I'd let a bunch of people down. So how does somebody 11 years ago go from that to what I'm doing now? Through my mind. 11 years ago, I made a decision. I made a decision that I was going to take control of this. And once I took control of this, my whole world started to change. Now, one thing I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. There was a lot of roadblocks. I was recovering from a drug addiction. I was around those types of people. So I had to completely change my surroundings. Now, the things that I was manifesting came at subtleness. It was interesting. I met an older gentleman who came into my life, and I didn't question at that point, but as I look back, I manifested that into my world because I changed my surroundings. So I'll first start by talking about your mindset. The number one thing is controlling your mind. Now, I took control of my mind because the world is going to control you. I was going to say, hey, raise your hand. We're on a video here, but right. raise your hand if you watch the news every morning. Most people do. I do not watch the news for one reason and one reason only, because it's going to try to tell me what I need to believe. And most of it is lies, because what you're hearing in your head is either told by you or it's manifested by somebody else telling you. So I started to tell myself the truth is that I'm rich, that I'm wealthy, that I'm beautiful. And what I did was I started to tell this stuff to myself every single day because nobody else was going to tell me that. The world was going to tell me I was a drug addict. The world was going to tell me I couldn't take care of my 3-year-old daughter. The world was going to tell me that I wasn't a good husband. And so I decided to tell myself what my world would be. And the craziest thing started to happen. I met that gentleman. I started to surround myself with great people. Next thing you know, I ended up getting a job at what ended up being a 10-year career. And things just started to change in my life. But first of all, it starts with the mindset. That's basically what it starts with.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he said, he has changed his entire mind. This man was in a position, he had absolutely nothing. And he put a picture in his mind. You have to understand that. And he focused in on it. He has such consistent concentration on what he wants, and that's what we want to convey to you is the vision that you do put up here. you want to focus in on that. There's so many different times that we can give up and we can, not be consistent or be wishy-washy with what it is. But part of envisioning your future is really staying focused on that, no matter what the outside looks like. I'm genuinely trying to help. I'm getting people that are genuinely trying to help, and we're all helping each other. We're trying to create a new wave of creative people, because in actuality, it may seem like we are advanced, but we're really not. They are limiting us by the negative information that we see on the TV and we hear on the radio or we read in a newspaper. Someone that is working a job right now could invent a hydrogen engine or whatever it is that could benefit everybody in the world. But because they have been consistently told that, oh, you have to go to school, you have to work a job, and then 401k, and that's it. That's what they believe. But you don't have to believe that. You don't have to believe that. And it may appear very difficult initially, but it doesn't have to be that way. Because like John just mentioned to us earlier, me, him, and a colleague were speaking, and he said, you are either going to struggle and be mediocre, or you are going to struggle and you're going to do what you're passionate about. Which one do you want to choose? Which one would you rather do? So that's how you got to start making the choice.
Yeah, we were just talking about this just a couple minutes ago, right? We were talking about the fact that a person is either going to struggle to be mediocre or you're going to struggle to be successful. Let me explain. So I left a comfortable job, making a lot of money, over 6 figures. I leave, we go back down to 0. Has it been a struggle for the last 6 months? Hell yeah. 18-hour days, every single day grinding, but I'm doing what I love, so I'm rich beyond measure. Now I'm going to struggle for the next 10 years, 18-hour days, grinding, building an international brand. The 3T method will be worldwide. JVimpacts will be worldwide. My podcast will be worldwide. For one reason only, to impact people's lives. But I'm willing to struggle for 10 years to live the life of my dreams for the rest of my life. On the other hand, there's people that are willing to be mediocre, struggle to pay their bills, struggle in relationships, let the world tell them who they're going to be. So you're going to struggle either way. It's just a choice. You just have to make a choice. Now, I'm not saying you can't work at a job and be happy, but what's making you unhappy is your mindset, right? And I want to talk a little bit about the mindset and really bring it to easier terms, like the gentleman brought it to me when I sat there. He said, think of a farmer, right? So a farmer plants a seed. The farmer doesn't see the crop come out the next day. The farmer has to go out there and water the ground, has to till the ground, has to tend to it, and most farmers will speak positive thoughts to their crop, right? Now, the farmer will do everything they can to control what they can control. One thing they can't control is Mother Nature. They can't control a tornado, a storm, bees, or whatever that comes and eats their crops. Only thing they can control is the controllables. So sometimes they'll get a bumper crop. That's okay. A good farmer will just laugh it off, will go back out and plant the seed again. That's what happens. That's why most people are scared to be entrepreneurs. That's why most people are scared to follow their dreams. Do you think it's been scary the last 6 months to go from a lot of money to 0 money? We've had conversations, me and my wife, around, is this going to work out? Hell yeah, it's going to work out. You know why? Because the seed's been planted. And every single day I wake up, I water that seed with positive thoughts. Every single step I take is to help somebody else. And what's happening is manifestation is taking flight. 16 days ago, we went from barely making it to almost 17 clients, boom, like that. It wasn't overnight. People see Jay-Z, they see successful people, and they think it was overnight. It's hours and hours of grinding on your craft, manifestation, focusing on it, watering. Those 17 clients didn't just come in the last 16 days. They came in the last 6 months of grinding. So when you go to follow your dreams, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. And the reason why people quit is because they hit roadblocks and they think it's not going to work. You have to be willing to go through the pain. You have to be willing to say, God, it's going to be hard. I'm going to get knocked on my back. And you got to get up. And one thing that I'll share with you guys is some of the biggest critics are going to be your best friends. Some of the biggest critics, maybe your parents. Think about that. That's what makes this so hard. You have to be abnormal to be extremely successful. Jay-Z, around 30 years old, he started to focus on the fact that he wanted this music to impact pockets of people. Think about that. Pockets of people in the world. He already saw the people. He didn't know who the people was. He could see them in a vision. He went to a record company and said, I want to get my music to these people. Can you help me? They said no. So instead of backing down, he went and started his own record company. And guess what? Look at Jay-Z now. It's all about your thoughts, guys. And don't think me sitting here or you sitting here manifesting your reality, you can't do it. That's the problem. Everybody can do this.
You can tell we are really passionate about this, but we didn't want to take too much of your time. Please, this man is on all platforms. You got JVimpacts all over the board, Instagram, Facebook. Are you on Twitter?
I just got on Twitter, but I need to tweet a little more.
All right, but absolutely, definitely YouTube, JVimpacts, because he comes out with nutrition plans, him and his wife. A lot of good information that he has on there, and the 3T method. Read his autobiography, it's incredible. The You Must Believe Way of Life is an awesome book. Definitely check that out as well. And hey, share, like, pass this information on, because we definitely want to help you, and by helping you and you helping us by liking and sharing, we can all help each other. Okay, so create your world, and we'll see you again.
Now everybody get up!